Hey there, so I've recently started getting into a game called Albion. But what is Albion? Well, it's an MMORPG similar to RuneScape, but not really. You can basically do anything within the bounds of the game, but what does that mean exactly? Well, let me explain. So first up, I want to explain the main system of the game to you. Everything is based on a fame/XP system. So anything you actively do gives you XP in that thing you're doing. So that means if you're chopping wood, you get wood chopping XP. Sawing up that wood into planks and stuff, woodworking XP. Stabbing some innocent wildlife, well, stabbing XP. So what do you get from getting XP? You may ask yourself. Well, you get better at it for starters. As you collect XP for the thing you're doing, you're actively progressing to the next mastery rank. Reaching those mastery ranks will make you be able to equip better equipment and the access to higher tiers of resources. For equipment it works a little differently. The more you fight with it or kill with it, the better you become with it. In turn you get better stats for having that type of armor or weapon equipped. Oh, and before I forget it, to craft anything or to repair anything, or to do mostly anything for that matter, you will need silver. You get silver from slaying foes or doing dungeons, for example. And of course, from selling things on the market. Tiers mastery? What does it even mean? You're probably asking yourself. Well, in Albion there are tiers reaching from 1 to 8. Any equipment, resource, or any item for that matter has a tier assigned to them. And you can only equip or farm a certain resource if you have a certain mastery level. For example, to farm a tier 3 resource node, you have to be a journeyman mastery rank to be able to even equip, farm, or process that item or resource into equipment, or as I just said, items. These mastery rank thresholds get progressively harder to reach, and it's encouraged to not branch out too much and to focus on one equipment piece or weapon or one resource you want to farm and gather and process. Of course, nothing is stopping you from just gathering everything and switching equipments like you're getting paid to do so. As you advance in tiers, you will notice that required resources are more spread out over the map, ranging from lower tier areas near the beginning areas in cities to higher tier areas in the more corners of the map and closer to the capital city. These areas are color coded in 4 colors. Blue means safe, there is no PvP allowed in these areas. Yellow means there are zones within the area where you can do PvP, but even if you were to die in such zones, you would not lose anything. Unlike in the red zone, where PvP is enabled in the whole area, and if you die you will lose all your items. But shady players are easily spotted since they have to toggle on hostile mode, which tags them with a red name and a red mark. You will also be shown how many hostile players are in the current area, so you know if you have to be careful or you're relatively safe. Then there are black zones, which are all in the wasteland. In these areas, PvP is fully enabled and everyone is tagged as hostile, so it's basically a free-for-all. And of course, if you die here, you will also lose all your items. With that out of the way, you're probably wondering, why would I even go into red areas? Well, it's relatively simple. The rule of thumb is that the higher the riskier the area in that matter, the better the farming spots are. So you can stay in a risk-free yellow area to farm tier 6 resources, but you'll probably notice that most of the nodes are already empty and will be farmed continuously by other players. In red zones, on the other hand, the resources are more plentiful and more available, but you risk being stabbed or robbed for all your belongings while there. Basically like London. So yeah, that's about it. These are the basics of the game. Of course, there are far more complex systems that one can explore, like rare resources, corrupted dungeons, or even a personal island that one can buy. But I wanted to keep it short and digestible, and I apologize for any misinformation in this video. I've only been playing for a week after all. Hope you have a good day. Goodbye.